without further ado here, I'll just let Charlie explain it.
Sneako, does this outfit look familiar? This is the same thing I wore last time I took you over my knee and spanked your bottom with some discipline. And I'm happy to report that these are back in stock and a lot more at moistglobal.com. Last time I talked about you, I used you for a merchandise push as well, so might as well stick with tradition. I bet just seeing me in this attire again has just sent you on a full-blown Winter Soldier episode with your eyes rolling into the back of your skull as you're experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder, because the first video I made on you offended you to such a high degree that you have not stopped whining since. It's already been 3 months, can you believe that? How time flies. You started shit with me by insulting me and my girlfriend out of nowhere, so naturally I responded by making fun of you in return and showcasing the reasons why I don't respect you. But unfortunately I failed to calculate just how much of a sensitive fucking loser you are, because this hurt your feelings to such a high degree it's become like an Armageddon in your brain. 3 months you have continued to melt down about this. The day after I posted my response, he went on stream and had a huge unhinged tantrum and meltdown about the whole thing, and then he sent some of his viewers over. So I was joking with them, saying like, oh, you guys...
Your boy's on this collage as well, obviously, alongside some of, some of our friends of the show, featured heavily in this. You know, you got Mr. Beard, Ethan Klein, Jawbry, Noah Sampson, Nick is not green, myself, Moist. Like, there's a lot. Everyone who is anyone in the internet, left-wing, soy boy, internet essay commentary space. You know, he put all of these guys, right? Which I find really weird, because he's like, oh man, like, look at these bread tubers who are like soy boy cucks. And if you look beyond the photos, like, yeah, sure, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if, someone is like, not super well in shape or anything like that. But half of the motherfuckers he put on that roster are literally, we clear him. Like that's what I don't understand. Charlie is just probably the quintessential sleeper build. So is fucking Noah, actually, as a matter of fact. I am, noticeably a large person. So it's like odd to just be like, look at all these fucking like soy boy gay guys. Like, they're gay. Look at them, which is as though it's like a meme, or as though it's like bad or anything. But like, yeah, like I think he's just like getting upset that some of these guys have like sleeper builds or something. Whereas like Sneako is just, he just looks kind of malnourished. I don't know what it is. Let's continue.
Must have just stopped the cuties watch party over there at Sneako's stream, right? Welcome, cucks, that kind of shit. And it got really under his skin in a big way, so he started dancing around with the gun and threatening to come shoot me. So he kept saying, oh, you're in Tampa, right? I'll come see you, waving his gun around and dancing.
You wanna watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips. You want me to watch your clips? Watch my clips. These are the only clips I'm watching, you were?
Now, the reason he keeps saying watch my clips while threatening me here is because during the stream, I couldn't watch him live because he just kept shouting slurs. So I said, watch my clips to see what I was saying about you. I had to communicate via Twitch clips. And I'm sorry to be that guy. This is like the grammar police of guns, but he's a fucking imbecile. You absolutely...
This part is kind of funny because, like, I mean, I think a lot of people forget, because Charlie usually has like even-keeled, reasonable, moderate, maybe sometimes centrist takes. They forget that he's a Florida man. So, I mean, this is the most Florida man moment that I've ever seen from Charlie. Let's take a look.
Absolute buffoon. What you have there is not clips. These are mags. They're mags, not clips, you absolute fucking dummy. The same way that this is also a mag. They're all mags. Stop saying clips, you look fucking stupid here. Anyway, sorry for the gun anatomy lesson. He was very upset, so he was threatening.
Anyway, that was like, I think it's a faux pas usually, because I love triggering gun nerds because they get so fucking mad. Okay? Like saying, oh, it's not clips, it's mags, is like the AR-15 is not an automatic rifle 15 of memes. Or assault rifle 15 of memes, right? But I think there's an additional secondary purpose here that Charlie did that part. Normally I would make fun of people that do that. But I think there was a secondary reason, and I think everyone understands why he did that, which I thought was cool. It was a cool addition. Let's continue.
Gonna come shoot me, beat me up, all of that because I hurt his feelings, and it's been festering for quite some time now. 3 fucking months. You love to bitch about how everyone's canceling you. These soy boy NPC bots are all canceling you. It's all you do. You treat the teenagers in your Discord like they're your goddamn therapist. Just going in there to complain about the invisible boogeyman canceling you again, shaking your fist at the clouds. I also love that you treat this Discord server like it's your PR team, so you have them work on your responses on Twitter.
Yeah, this is just so bad. Just having your fucking Discord server come up with fucking reactions, like, you can't do that. No one's Discord server is
because you're not witty enough
free
to
of
come
that
up with
kind of
anything
thing
on your own. You have no ability to banter. You can't insult anyone. Anytime you're pushed, all you...
He hit a at everyone in his own Discord server. That's real fucked up, dude.
Fall back on is one of 3 things: soy boy, bot, or NPC, and that's it. You never deviate from this path, which is ironic because you're like literally a sheep. You have 3 programmed responses. You're like the absolute worst character, side character in an MMO. But I'm putting the cart before the horse here. How did we get to this point? Well, I made that video about Sneako, and I fully planned on that being the only time I ever talked about this asshole. I really did. All I wanted to do was highlight why I personally don't respect him. I know a lot of people criticize me for not tackling his points, and to that I say, bah humbug, this fucking goober didn't make any points.
Humbug.
All he did was insult me.
There's only one person on the fucking entirety of the internet that can just unironically drop a bah humbug in the middle of his fucking rant while he's wearing an open-chested bathrobe and still not lose the entirety of their fucking fan base. That person is Charlie. That's it. Like, there's no other person on the internet that could just fucking hit a bah humbug in the middle of that. And you know, people just go, yeah, no, I like him and I support him. It was really funny when he said bah humbug.
And my girlfriend. He insulted me and my girlfriend because I made fun of one of his friend's blatantly fake stories. He resorted to childish name-calling like, I'm ugly and I don't go outside. That's not making any points. Like, what am I supposed to debunk there? No, actually,
That's
my
my
mom thinks
favorite
I'm
type
handsome,
of,
and so does my
rhetoric,
girlfriend.
though.
So you're wrong, factually wrong. There's nothing to debunk.
Yeah, I love when people do that, when they're like, wait, hold on, respond to his arguments though. Respond to his arguments. It's like, what argument can I respond to? Here's a photo of me outside. Like they are also like lost in the sauce too, where you really can't, like, there is really nothing you can do in that argument. There's no counter in that situation. It's just like, especially because, like, going back to the collage that we were talking about, where, you know, he's basically saying you're soy, but, like, you know, Charlie's not. You know what I mean? Like, so what do you got to do? He's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm soy.
The whole point of the video was highlighting why I don't respect him. I'll go ahead and briefly give you a previously on Dragon Ball Z lore recap to bring you up to speed on the points I was making for why I think he is a pathetic piece of shit, and his opinion holds no value in my eyes. Is because he publicly defends Cuties as one of his favorite movies. Cuties was a Netflix film that used real child actresses in sexual situations, so they sexualized real children. A fact that Sneako himself acknowledges,
but very common
but
Sneako
writes
L.
off as being okay because it's realistic, because in the real world children get sexualized. I'll say it again, regardless of what the intention of the film was, they missed the mark because what ended up happening is they sexualized the child actresses. That is a problem. Full stop. Even if the message was supposed to be the opposite, they still ended up contributing to the very problem they were speaking out against.
I saw Cuties last night and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I went in ready to hate like everybody.
This is what you get to. This is where you get to when you are like desperately trying to be contrarian in an effort to like, you know, have people constantly like talk about you. When you're so out of control with your interest in, like, you know, gaining a larger audience by hitting the shock factor, you're gonna find yourself defending, like, you're just gonna fucking come across like a libertarian, if you know what I mean.
Else, I saw the cover and I got clickbaited. So did you. You got clickbaited. The thing about Cuties is it's not an unrealistic film. Like, yes, it shows children in a sexual way, but this is not unusual now. And the people who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z.
Imagine claiming children in sexual positions is clickbait. Yikes. That's rough. You admit that the children were sexualized. That is bad. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, this is a good point. There's a reason why they don't use teens in teen movies. You know what I mean? Like, that's, yeah, it's kind of the point.
That means the movie failed in its mission. I don't know what you don't get about that. But regardless, I'm not here to just keep hammering home the same points. Another thing that I talked about for a reason I don't respect him is because he battles with his own sexuality. He is very public about how he used to go to these swinger parties. I think he says 4 in total over the course of like 2 weeks, where he watched his girlfriend get fucked by other men. Even telling the story of how he was literally in the bed watching his girl get fucked.
Again, another situation where it's like, if that happens, you know, you get black bagged, okay, thrown into a fucking CIA plane, and then they take you to a black site where they're doing torture. You can't, the FBI, CIA together, the entire intelligence community is not getting that information out of me. If some shit like that happens, he just willingly gave that up, which is very odd. A thing that I don't understand, especially if you're trying to keep up appearances as like, you know, a man's man. Like, you are on the side of the planet. You're on the side of content where you're basically trying to make yourself come across like a big burly macho alpha dog who like shits on people for being gay, like uses gay as an insult, a litany of other fucking weird like displays of hyper masculinity, and then simultaneously you're talking about how much you love to like secretly but not so secretly getting cucked and humiliated. It's like weird. It's a weird situation to be in. Like, if Sneako was just like, yeah, I loved it, this is my worldview, I don't think we should be shaming kink, we should be kink shaming. You know, if he was like, whatever, and then right wingers were making fun of him, I'd be like, whatever, he's like happy, he's comfortable. What the fuck's wrong with you? Like, but I think, and it's something that I've thought about a lot, where I think like, it's something I thought about a lot, like with respect to kink shaming cucks, but like they kind of want that. You know what I mean? So I don't really get it. Like, I guess he just like wants to continue being kink shamed publicly. So I think like he probably nutted to this. I'm gonna be honest. Like this video probably made him nut. You know how like people who have autoerotic asphyxiation fantasies sometimes end up killing themselves on accident because like they're constantly trying to up the ante? How the fuck do you get more embarrassed than this? If humiliation is your thing, if humiliation is your kink, I don't think there's a worse way to be humiliated this publicly. Like, this is over. It's over. Sneako's life is over. If he gets off, as I suspect, to being humiliated publicly, okay, there is nothing more humiliating than this. Like, a motherfucker who said bah humbug in his video has at least 4 million supporters in 16 hours, okay? Very publicly saying that you are possibly a pedophile and also are a cuck, and with receipts too. Like, this is like national news style shit, right? I can't comprehend if this is like, if you're looking for the biggest nut of all time, I genuinely don't know how you can reach a bigger nut than this if humiliation is your thing. Okay? Anyway, let's continue.
Fucked by a different man, moaning intensely, and it was traumatizing. Yet he recommends that everyone should try it at some point for some reason.
Because this was, imagine seeing the girl you love like
get fucked.
You
love her?
Yeah, I do. I love it. Yeah, I love her. I was about to say I love this bitch. I'm like, no, let me not say that. I love my wifey, my queen.
And you allowed the love of your life to get fucked by another man.
What happened to the other agreement?
I'm crazy.
The first time, as soon as I saw it, like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I'm just like, I can't do that. Like, feeling traumatic thoughts, like seeing.
Bro, he came back. There is no way you fucking reveal this information. Like, it makes no sense. Revealing this information makes no fucking sense. while also simultaneously like trying to fucking present yourself as like the macho man Randy Savage of content creators. You know what I mean?
This is the guy that's lecturing everyone on their relationships, shitting on people's relationships when he himself is in one that makes him very upset and he can't come to terms with it. Now, if he's open about being a cuck and happy and proud to be a cuck, that's fine. But he's not. It makes him mad every single time. So why the fuck is this insecure guy the one that's the moral authority on healthy relationships all of a sudden? That was the point of me bringing up that clip. Now, that was basically the whole video. I summed it up real quick. All I pointed out is I don't respect his opinion because he defends a movie I consider to be child porn. I think any film or any production that has real children being sexualized should be classified as child porn. That's how I view it. Maybe your definition's different, but that's how I personally view that kind of content. So him defending that was beyond reprehensible to me. And him being very public with his cuckoldry and how scarring it has been, it should be a lesson, an example that he...
Yeah, I mean, this like kind of changed his trajectory too. He like went to these orgies and then instead of like opening up sexually or whatever and becoming like a more confident person, he became like an incredibly insecure person. And hasn't like recovered from that, which, you know, that broke him. Like he went on his villain arc. That was like literally the catalyst. Like people from prior videos about the downfall of Sneako or whatever had made like videos even saying that like me not reacting to his like many response videos kind of put him down that spiral. But I don't think so. I think he like always had that dog in him a little bit. No, I don't think I broke him. I don't think I could have broken him in the way that he broke himself. Okay. I think like he watched his girlfriend get railed and then like that just took something out of him. You know what I mean? Or maybe unlocked a part that he had deep down inside that he always had. It just came out where he was like, the humiliation is what gets me going and nothing will ever compare to that.
He himself is not great when it comes to relationships and all these things. And I posted that and it made him extremely upset and he hasn't stopped fucking crying about it for 3 months. So, fast forward to 2 days ago. I was streaming a Moist Esports tournament and I went up to go to the bathroom. I had to take a shit. It was a double flusher. So I was on the toilet for quite some time and I saw a Sneako post that he's posted quite a few times now and I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not doing anything else right now on the porcelain throne. I'll play in the pig pen. So I did. For 3 months now, Sneako's had this adorable little collage that he made that looks like it's straight out of a 16-year-old girl's diary with pictures of boys from her class that she doesn't like. All about people that have hurt his feelings. This is his wall of shame for people that have insulted him online. What's even sadder about it...
Yeah, just normal stuff. Like, just very normal stuff to do. Very alpha, too, honestly. I'm not... When I'm thinking about like being alpha, I think about having like a little burn book. Exactly. Go back and saw you're in the top left. I know, man. I've seen that fucking photo so many goddamn times. It's also like I covered it in the beginning.
But is he purposely leaves out people that he's afraid of. So Turkey Tom, for example, made a whole video talking about Sneako and how pathetic he is, and Sneako.
So this is the other part of this that like so the second part of this I hadn't watched all of it yet, but then I watched this part of it and it's like the rest of this is really, it's going to take an interesting take, or it's going to go down an interesting route. Now, a lot of the guys, almost all the guys that he mentions going forward after this fucking hate me too. I don't really know them at all. I don't know why they fucking despise me, but like these are motherfuckers who like also despise me. Whether it be like that, I think that guy hates me too. I'm pretty sure. Not that it fucking matters, but like it's clear. Turkey Tom is not your fan. Yeah, like I don't know. I actually legitimately don't even fucking know what the reason is for why a lot of these like essayists are not my fans. Okay. Or have like a genuine anger towards me. Probably because like it gives you clicks. Probably because it's like partially perhaps political perspectives and whatnot. You're the infamous champagne socialist, therefore a bad guy. Yeah, I know. So
tried to talk a big game to him, even challenged him to a debate, which Turkey Tom accepted with jubilation. He was ecstatic. And then Sneako kept ducking him, ghosting him. So he leaves Turkey Tom off of this list because he's afraid to actually talk to him. And he also leaves off quite a few other people, but the most notable other one that is comical for the absence is Brandon Buckingham. Brandon Buckingham is an internet content creator that Sneako lied about for a long time.
BreadTube Radlibs? Yo, no, none of these guys are BreadTube. They're right wing, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe centrist.
And they had a lot of beef, and Brandon Buckingham actually challenged them to a fight.
Yeah.
And Sneako is very fearful of him. We'll get into that more in depth in a moment, but I just need to set the stage a little bit here with this collage. So after seeing this for the 100th time in the last 3 months, I finally just said, holy shit, you pathetic, sensitive, soy little worm. I made fun of you for watching your girlfriend get fucked by numerous other men and also insulted you for defending child porn. That's not cancellation. That's just spitting on you for being a pitiful, sad cuck. And this puppy really blew up on Twitter in a big way. Now, I will say it again. What I did and what I am doing right now is not canceling you, Sneako. I am insulting you. I am making fun of you. Something that you were supposed to be a huge proponent of, right? Wasn't like one of your big things like bullying needs to be brought back. So now that I'm making fun of you, what, all of a sudden now it's off limit?
No, but you don't understand. Cancel culture is only when people who hate me make videos, okay? And bully me, but I also want to bully other people. Like that's canceling. You're canceling him again. Like ultimately, I have a similar perspective to Charlie and all this, where it's like cancel culture is not fucking real. You can only be canceled by your own side, I guess, which is why I get fucking annoyed whenever like people who are left adjacent make these sorts of videos about me in particular. But once again, it's just bullshit. I'm the most canceled man on the internet then? Yeah, exactly. I've had so many of my different arcs. If that's cancellation, if a video like this is a cancellation, then, I've been canceled a million times over.
It's canceling. You have become the SJWs that you criticize so much. I don't know how you don't realize that. We continue. He says, you know in your soul you would never say that to my face. To which I respond, you literally have a collage of people that hurt your feelings on the internet. You haven't stopped whining about me for months now, you goofy NPC. Even if you beat my ass in a fight, it doesn't change the truth. You're still a cuck who also defends child porn. I think this is important to talk about, and I just talked about it recently. When you are getting your feelings hurt and your immediate response isn't to fire back with insults, jokes, whatever, it's to challenge someone to a fight, you've taken a huge L. You've shown that the person has got under your skin, and the only thing you can resort to is a caveman brain of, I'll beat you in a fight. Sneako, you beating me in a fight doesn't unfuck your girlfriend from the numerous men that had sex with her in front of you. It doesn't do anything. Everything I've said still stands. Nothing changes. It doesn't even salvage your ego. All it is a pathetic fucking attempt at attention. And I don't think you believe half the things you talk about. I really think Sneako just panders as much as possible. He himself doesn't even stand by the things he talks about. I really don't think he has any beliefs of his own. He just echoes what he thinks is going to get him the biggest audience / the most money. That's what I think. So this puffing out his chest of challenging me to a fight is clearly attention. That's what it feels like. Because you don't have the same energy for Brandon Buckingham. Brandon Buckingham is more than willing to fight you any day of the week. But with him, you don't want to do that. Attention. That's what it feels like. Because you don't have the same energy for Brandon Buckingham. Brandon Buckingham is more than willing to fight you any day of the week. But with him, you don't want to do that for some reason. Why? Do you not stand by your beliefs when it comes to Brandon Buckingham? He has said all the same things about you that I am saying about you. So why is he exempt? Why don't you want to fight him? That's so weird. This is what you said about Brandon Buckingham and fighting him.
And then finally, when Brandon Buckingham is down to meet Sneako, he's there to box him. They're both similar sizes. Sneako would now rather just sit at home and tell jokes behind his computer.
I'd rather sit at home and yell at a camera, tell jokes than, risk my manhood falling flat for Brandon Buckingham, if I lose the fight.
So now it's suddenly cool to just stay at home and keep it all online.
The full video here from Willie Mack is an absolute masterpiece on laying out every pathetic thing that Sneako has ever done, said, or everything ever. So I highly recommend checking it out. I'll put a link to it in the description. It's a banger. So, as you can see, the people he's confident in fighting are ones that he feels confident he'd win against. I'm 5'6". I think he's 6'1". So the height advantage he feels very confident with. And he has every reason to. He would probably beat me in a fight. But like I said, that doesn't change anything. Everything I've said is still true. You are a cuck, self-admitted, and you have defended cuties publicly, which, by more than just me, by many, is considered child porn. You're pathetic. Beating me in a fight doesn't change any of those facts. I've also been super vocal about how I don't want to fight. Like, I'm not afraid to say, like, I don't want to get hit in the head, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm afraid of taking headshots. It's probably a super normal fear to have, so I'm averse to going into a boxing match, especially one that's just a clout-driven spectacle like this. That'd be...
Absolutely. I mean, I 100% agree with Charlie on this.
And then finally, our last exchange goes very similarly to the others. You're not special from the other 10 soy boys who say the same thing. If you got a problem, stop talking on the internet. Let's solve it. So I said, got your Discord still working on responses? Brother, I have no problem. You started it and I made fun of you in return. You're upset about publicly admitting to cuckoldry and get mad at me for bringing it up. You should be mad at yourself instead. Have some self-reflection. Which it's true. I don't have a problem. You literally started it, Sneako, and you even asked your audience to let me know everything you said and send me your clips. You actually asked for a response, and then got super upset when my response was a little too mean to your feelings. How is that not the ultimate cuckoldry? Like, even more so than your girl getting clapped by 1,000 men. How? Like, how can you, with a straight face, still call other people soy boys? I'm not kidding, I really didn't want to keep talking about you, but you won't stop talking and crying about me. It's sad. I understand you have a humiliation fetish, so hopefully this whole thing has helped you orgasm one more time from all of it. I don't think it's fun dunking on you, Sneako. I don't.
One more time? How about one last time, brother? I think what Charlie did is like really fucked up. Like I said, Sneako very clearly has a fetish for humiliation. And the fact that Charlie just delivered the ultimate humiliation to Sneako has basically given him the forbidden nut, the one last final nut, the finale. After this, he will never be able to feel this way ever again. This is it. He will never feel this humiliated for the rest of his life. I don't know what you would need to do in this circumstance. Like, you would have to just like have like a micro penis or something and like run around naked, and like streak and then get like hit really hard on the fucking football field in the middle of the Super Bowl and then like shit your pants or something. Like, I can't, while simultaneously your girlfriend is getting fucked on the Jumbotron. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. There's nothing that you can reasonably, within the bounds of reason, elevate your humiliation. You know what I mean? Than what Charlie did. Don't give Sneako new ideas. I'm just saying that, like, I'm thinking about like how he could elevate his humiliation kink. Like, how can he get even more humiliated than this? And it doesn't even it doesn't get worse than that. You know what I mean? He ulted. This is the equivalent of his first hit of heroin. He's going to be chasing that dragon of humiliation nuts for eternity. Yeah. Yeah. This is like, he just got hit. He just got hit with fentanyl nut. Okay. Like, he's an addict. He's an opium addict. Right. And he got hit with like the maximum fentanyl dose that you could get without dying. You've already climaxed. What can you do after this? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Canceling you, but you keep doing this. So you forced my hand to make fun of you again. But anyway, that's about it. See ya.
So yeah, and then he ends it with that's about it. See ya. So, like I said, pretty hard for Sneako to, hit anything worse than what he has hit with respect to like being humiliated. This is the ultimate humiliation for the ultimate humiliation kink haver. So who knows? That's all you need to do is subscribe, obviously.